Hello? Hello, why is Fredman already here? I don't know. They've not been doing much. 59 frames, that's not too bad. That's 2 seconds. Of, thus far, 5 minutes. Almost 6. 6 minutes. There we are. Hello. Hello, Jib. Hello, Doc. How are we all doing? Welcome to a stream that is hopefully better than Sunday's stream, which was awful. How are we all doing? Are we well? Are we well this fine new week? Let's stick on some Ziegler. Oh, it's bagpipes again. No. Hello! Hello, hello. So, it's Tuesday. It's 16 Symbols Day. It's new location. It's a Christie as well. Yeah, we're going somewhere new. You're good, you spent most of the day drawing. Fantastic. I spent most of the day, should have been drawing, but didn't. Is that the signal the miss will be here soon? It depends what I just said. As you know, my short-term memory is non-existent. The only reason I know that is because I have it written on a post-it note. But, yeah. New place. New location to be going to. Probably friendly, if I had to guess. Yeah. Does anyone have any plans? I don't really. Apart from what I just wrote in the scroll. We're having a good start to the week. You hate fainting couches. I know, you expect them to stand to attention. I don't know, I have no opinion on this one way or the other. I am from the neutral planet. Yeah, so let's hop over for a quick summary of what happened last time. There we are, here's the thing. So you played FF12. Yeah, I haven't caught up on the streams of that yet. And was reminded of how dumb Varn is. Varnish. Cool. Draw one. You'll learn to hate them along the way. I hate everything I've drawn. So it's not really a property of fainting couches in and of itself. So yeah, is that for the Chibi's working on a Villains Day Off drawing for the 16 Symbols villains. Yes, chills. Marvellous. Well, it's looking, from what I've seen, it's looking very good. I also like the cameo of Chaos Chess in there. All the more chaotic with Wick involved. Deep Voiced Kupo is the best Moogle. Is there a deep voiced Moogle? Is this like Detective Pikachu all over again? By which I mean, is Detective Pikachu like that all over again? It's a miss, hello. Gotta agree, it's looking amazing. See? There is now and only one. Did another whip update just a minute ago. Oh, let's have a look. It's relevant to the stream, I'm allowed to do this. Let's get it in a format that can be seen on the stream. Oh, Tusha, you're horrible. Finally, right. There we go. Look at that. There we go. Presume that's there's Grigori in the foreground wearing a whatever it's called. What are they called? I just want to say dressing gown, but there's a specific one. Yeah, Wick doing a kick. Bran having a relax in what looks like very, very fluffy socks. I approve. Yeah, and Gabe having a thunk. So yeah, cool stuff. Looking forward to seeing where that goes. Oh, hello Lewis, how you doing? Cameo, how you doing? You bring digits and a can-do attitude. Neat. Lewis, you brought all the numbers. All 4 of them. It's amazing. Oh, four digits. It's one number, I guess. Well, maybe, 24/75. It's like, it's 24/7. 5. 24 hours, 7 days a week, 5 weeks a year. Which is not often, but it's consistent. Yeah. So, I guess, should we do a quick recap? I don't know if Lewis has been here for any of it. I don't know whether we should do a recap from the start or. I guess there's not an awful lot to be going through. We've only done 3 locations. Yeah, why not? Let's do. It's been a while since we've done a full recap. So, the story so far, the randomly generated story so far. That's not how it starts. We begin with Mo and Flo. Mo is a travelling nurse helper person, and Flo is their frog familiar friend. That's a lot of F's. They arrive home at the town of Rossenberg, little pastoral village place, where they meet up with an old childhood friend, Brad the baker from the Baker family, a long line of blacksmiths, and his familiar Loaf, little corgi, and Grandma Bonk, the person who raised Mo. Skies come falling and tides boil when we figure out what the 5 is for. Interesting. Also, I forgot about this. I don't know what this is. Just a little Pac-Man. Why not? And we hear about some interesting things that are happening. There's a bit of an outbreak of some sort of disease going on at the town, and medicine is scarce. We are immediately given a message by a traveling messenger by the name of Gil, the messenger, apparently I named. She's called Grandma Bonk because she will hit you with your broom, and that is where our character got the habit of hitting things with brooms from. Yeah, so Bard messenger Gil came and gave us a message saying that somebody in the town is ill and requires our assistance because we're a travelling nurse. That's nice. We find out that all of the medicine in the town has been brought up and has been loaded onto a train, destined for who knows where. So we go to the train and ask to see whether or not we can have a bit of the medicine. And the porter, it's not the porter's job, he doesn't know. So we get on the train. What happens on the train? On the train we meet some people. We meet train dads, Corny and Jim. I think that was their name. I guess they're running the train or something along those lines. They own the train. This is their train, whether you like it or not. And they tell us that, hey, they don't own the cargo, they're just running the train. But they will send us somebody who can take us through the train, accompany us, because we're not supposed to be on the train. They're the engineers? Cool. And so we are given the company of good old Stoker here, and his familiar Colin, who is a piece of coal with a face, to accompany us through the train. There's also Sir Steamsworth, who I think was the driver. We have yet to see them again, but they're there. Window honk. Yeah, there's a goose on here for some reason. Can't remember why. I think one of their familiars is a goose. Probably something along those lines. So we are guided through the train. In doing so, we learn a bit about our characters. Brad gets very much travel sick, which is a problem because we're on a train. And Stoker hasn't seen much of the outside world, and as a consequence is rather enamored by the sight of this strange beast known as a frog. And so we get a little bit of an introduction. And Gil attempts to make Brad feel a little bit more comfortable. It's one of the train dad's familiars, yeah. Oh, the goose is the train's whistle, that's what it was, yeah. Forgot about that. Anyway, once we eventually find the things we're looking for, spoilers, we find that they're being guarded by a group of ragtag villains, including Grigori. Now suddenly the thing's not showing up. There we go. Grigori there. Wick, the little psychopathic candle. Bran and the Raven familiar. Is it Raven or Crow? Familiar Lenore. And Gabriel, who's big. And they ain't giving us none of this medicine. They are part of the Zebos Corporation, who are doing something nefarious. Presumably, I don't know, price gouging or something. Which means they do basically everything else on the train that is allocated to a different role. Fair enough. Raven, they're very capable, absolutely capable. Didn't waste a stream 2 days ago trying to write music for them by trying to take it too seriously. So yeah, they don't take too kindly to us wanting to have some of this medicine, so we get into a bit of a kerfuffle. And in doing so, we get separated. In particular, Stoker gets separated into the front half of the train, and the villains hijack the front half of the train, taking Stoker with them as somebody to drive it. And Lenore sabotages the engine in this half of the train, so we can't catch up. And so we just grind to a halt in the middle of some forests, and our train doesn't work anymore. So yeah, Gabriel looks like the guy Sir Steamsworth so told him not to worry about. I like that. Everything is the smartest and most mischievous of birds. Wonderful. Then we had spent a little bit of time in the woods. We ground to a halt over a bridge. Upon hopping off, we are accosted by some bridge trolls who are down here. They have a quick fight with us before realizing that we could just all make up and play bridge. They like bridge. That's why they're under a bridge. That's where bridge was invented. So we Brad and Gil play them at bridge for a bit. Because why not? Because I think we're trying to find out where this piece of the engine is. And they say, well, they found some shiny stuff. So maybe if you play bridge for it, we might give you the shiny thing. They don't know what it is. Also, this snail has legs. Thank you, Oobs. Meanwhile, Mo and Flo actually go and do something useful. And they find a big old rock thing in the forest. And we fight that because there were 2 bosses in a row. And we didn't know what to do. As you can see on the left, these are the symbols for this particular area. First was a new dangerous location, which is the forest. The second symbol is a boss, which are the bridge trolls. And the next symbol is this boss. So that's fun. And then a portal opens up in the middle of the forest while we're still looking for stuff. That's the mystical mumbo jumbo symbol. Rock Golem, good times. We'll give you the thing, just play bridge with us. We really just want to play someone to play bridge. It's the 2 of us. We set up a bridge club. There's only 2 of us. You need to have 4 people to play bridge. It was a terrible idea. Told you we should do blackjack. So yeah, a portal opens up and somebody pops through saying, beware, one touched by the knowledge of the goddess of wisdom or whatever, what have you. People are watching you, and your role is yet to be has yet to occur, or something along those lines. So, something non-specific, so that we don't have to write the story just yet. Enough for it to be all echoey and mystical. It was. Do I still have the echo effect on? It might crash OBS if I try and turn it on. It's been a while. I won't test that. Used to have a reverb. Not gonna try. Bridge was created under a bridge. Blind Man's Buff must have had a very cruel origin. Do you know the French name for Blind Man's Buff? I believe it's called Colin Maillard. I know that because of a song that's in French, and I was like, who's Colin Maillard? Why are they talking about it? It was Blind Man's Buff. Colin Maillard apparently was a knight in the 11th century who was known for using a hammer, hence Maillard, it's a mallet. And he was so brave in battle that even when, if you're watching this, Crow, stop listening. Even when his eyes were cut open in battle, he still kept swinging. He still kept going, just swinging his hammer all over the place. Not hitting anything, but he was known for his stupid bravery. And that's why they call it. That's why Blind Man's Bluff is called that in France, because after a name, the knight who had his eyes sliced open. Lovely stuff. That's how I wanted the stream to start. Uses hammer, must be an excellent figure. Yeah. So mystical magical portal happened, and our character learned something about themselves, even though they don't quite know what it is. That's what the symbol is. Some sort of development. You're like, why are you talking to me? I'm just a nurse. What are you talking about? Watching Crow, you can open your ears again, yeah. I guess there's no way of me saying that, is there? Yeah. And that's where we leave the story. We're about to go to a new location. We don't know whether it's going to be friendly or hostile. Given that I made the thing that randomly generates this, I'm going to guess it's friendly. Does anyone have any vague ideas as to what it might be? We still have our party still consists of, up here, we have Flo and Mo, Brad and Loaf and Gil. Stoker is still on the train, being held hostage. The train, I don't know where the train's going, presumably to the headquarters of Thingy-Mabob and McDoodle. What's it called? Z-Boss. I think that's what we called it, wasn't it? So I don't know if we want to do, like, you know, there's essentially two stories unraveling here. There's the mystical magical one, and then there's the we need to take down an empire / corporation. And that's usually the first one to get resolved, so we might as well try and explore that first. The Zebos Incorporated. Stoker's still chilling on a hook he can't get down from. I assume they're done with their phone call. Feel free to, you know, in your spare time, flesh out what other characters are doing while this is happening. You know, we can have cutaways and scenes that are happening elsewhere. The phone call lasted 4 weeks. That was a cramped 4 weeks. Oh word. Right, yeah. So let's grab a color and get cracking. Wunderbar. Oh, my setup is not good at the moment. Hang on, let me sort things out. It's fine. Grigori has a huge phone bill now. Grigori seems like the sort of person who'd be like, you know, mysterious of like, I'm running away from my past, and I have a dark and mysterious, so on and so forth. And then you find out it's literally just a phone bill that he's running from. He just can't be bothered to pay it. Gabe's got stuck, so they had to figure out how to get out. That sounds about right. Very competent group of villains. Right, so we move on. What is the place? Again, I'm assuming it's friendly. But you never know. You never know, do you? It's friendly. Wonderful. Making these erasable was the best decision. Yeah. So we go to a friendly location. Does anyone have any ideas as to what? I think in the intro I said the idea that makes the most sense is like a of the three I suggested was like a small rural farming village that's been essentially forced into industrialized labor for the Zebos Corporation, and you know, I feel like we need to explore more of a reason to be taking this thing down, because at the moment they're just like, oh, they've bought medicine. Like, that's what we're after. We're after the medicine, really, but we need a reason to eventually want to take this whole thing down. So it'll be nice to have some sort of introduction to that. It doesn't have to be now, but doorways seem a tricky puzzle for Gabriel to get through. Yes. Also Gil. Gil is at least squishy though, so. That Ziegler music has hit a crescendo there. As ever, the music is brought to us by Adrian von Ziegler, because he's good in many ways. Grigori, can we get out now? I've tactically placed myself to save you all from impending doom. You're stuck. Tactically stuck. Yeah. Wick, meanwhile, can just come and go. And has no plans on helping anyone. Yeah, should we see what the second symbol is, and then we get an idea as to what's happening here. Right. It's not a boss. It's not plot. It's people. Okay. This is somebody joins our party. I'm gonna be. Oh, we meet new people. Okay. We meet people who are significant to the story. That makes sense for that to be the first thing that happens in any location. Okay, so we're going to be introduced to new characters. Not necessarily playable characters, just people who are significant. Wick goes outside and everyone gets hopeful because maybe he'll help out, and he just sits down on a rock and watches. He's the most patient he's ever been. So yeah, we need to meet some characters who will recur in the story in some regard. Maybe they're more villains. I don't know. Okay, let's set up the thing on the side. How many symbols have we got in this location? We have 6. 6, cool. So what do we have? We have new. Was it new town? Town. Jarmeet. Cap. Save. There we go, it's updated. Marvellous. We meet Avery. I'm happy to go with Avery. Can you go to the village that's controlled by Azibus like you suggested, and Christie's villain is there? Ah, okay, we could do that. And Avery, who is, I don't know, the previous sort of leader of the village, who's like one of the few people. I like the I like the idea that the village is like sort of like this sort of pastoral. Maybe he's on like a nice sort of cliff edge or something. Well, that would no, it'd be by a river. Okay, so there's a river going through, and then there's like, you know, little, maybe the sort of fantasy village. Maybe they've got like circular houses, and then like a little windmill. Something like that. And this is like the old village, and there's a little farmstead and stuff. Some wheat growing. And then just over here you have this enormous factory just being built. And like over here live the people who didn't want to join the factory, and there's like 3 people there. It's got massive water wheels. Sorry, I just looked up and saw the word skeleton likes beer. Marvellous. I think we should meet a certain skeleton with a beard and Brian Blessed voice. Oh, is that your explorer character? You don't know who Avery is? Yes. If a skeleton likes beer and it goes through his ribcage. I don't know how to build this. It needs to feel cold and distant. Because, you know, I'm not subtle. Have some sort of extension-y things going on here. But almost castle-y. There's a sort of medieval industrialization, as it were. An unusual combination of things. There's like ground floor windows. This is a big building. There's like a little properly sized door in the door. I love tiny doors or normal sized doors built inside big doors. There's something about that that's kind of very funny. It's Christy. Hello, how you doing? Well, to the last moment on your character. Marvellous. You may very well be meeting them in a second. Haha. Big smokestacks? Maybe, yeah. Oh, we could have sort of like being sort of again, I kind of want to go with this sort of more medievally sort of feel. Triangulate. That's all I know about engineering. Apologies, Lewis. Big Door's like, don't talk to me or my son ever again. Also, my son is in me. Unusual. Lots of oddly shaped chimneys. Some of them are weird angles. They call this building the Chimney, and it's where I don't know what they do here, but they do some sort of soulless industrial process. People just pulling ropes and keep drawing Mario pipes. Pulling ropes and pushing wheels and vague industry. Apologize if so in advance, Chris. Feel free to leave most of the scooter out. I will, as always, simplify to the point of apology. Ooh. Funky. Here is. And character. There we go. Work in process from Christy, their villain. Neat scooter. Like that. Oh. Never zooms in where you want it to, does it? Like the little googly eyes on the wheel. Yeah. Don't know if that was intentional, but it's there now. Steam Castle, ready to toot. I could just be, what? There's like the idea of the water wheel. It's maybe it's, you know, more, maybe it's just, you know, textiles or something. That's how most of the Industrial Revolution started. It was just advances in textile production, automatic looms, and the spinning jenny and all that sort of stuff. Hook things up to water wheels. Yeah. More cogs. Always cogs. That's for the door. No, I don't know how it works. It's fine. Fantasy cogs. They look like flowers. It's fine. They're called flogs. It wasn't, but you like it. Cool. Okay, so we arrived at post-industrialization farm town of people forced into industrial work because they have been priced out of being able to do the work that they were doing rurally. I don't know why I did this so small and light. Here we are. It was just a doodle, but here we are. There's the tree line. Right, what's happening here? Explain. Well, we know the backstory, but what are we going to do about it? You know, it's not as straightforward as we can take this regime down because, you know, people are getting their livelihoods. We're not going to solve the problem of the fact that these people can't afford to do things the way they were doing it before. There's a pleasant triangle sound. It's just the doorbell. That feels about right. I don't think Grigori had anything to do with this, but at the same time, that would be the sort of thing Grigori would want. A massively over-engineered doorbell. Yeah. Hang on, how about that? But then... Probably a terrible design for cogs, but... means I don't have to change things. So yeah. Also, that's a pretty powerful water wheel. Particularly one that's like underfed, like as opposed to, you know, having water dropped onto it. What are you blaming your perfect son for now? This over-engineered doorbell. So yeah, we have arrived at the town of something or other, and we have found a village which is has been priced out of its old trade, whatever it was, textile production, food, whatever. And has been, you know, the town's members have been offered a better life, working over the river in this wondrous new factory, and it's not quite slave labor, but pretty close. And so I guess the first thing we do is that we go to the village and we talk to the few people who didn't leave and are still trying to eke out a living in this old rural place, maybe. Better life, not quite slave labor, and lots of smog. Yeah, I should probably specify smog. Is it going to be smog? I mean, it's run by Water Wheel. I don't even know what they're doing in there. It's probably smog. This is just a smog machine. That's all it is. They wanted to make smog. Don't worry about it. Well, I guess the steam power does exist, but at the same time, maybe it's just a niche thing. It's not a... The resources and infrastructure isn't quite there to make it a widespread system yet. You know, if there's a river, use it. But also if there's people, get them to push the wheels. Yeah. So I guess, yeah, we're meeting new characters. So let's go into the village and meet, I don't know, guess one of the older people. Maybe not smog, but lots of back pain and working with dangerous machinery with no rules in place. Absolutely none. Like there are children in crawl spaces, you know, fiddling with cogs and things because, you know, so the adults can't fit in there. Stick the kids in there. Thinking the matchstick industry. Yeah, I was thinking the old weaving, old looms. Get the kids up, picking up the threads. Kids have not had a good time historically when it comes to industry and penalties for literally everything. So let's design the previous elder of this town, the previous wise person. Well, what else are children for? They don't do anything. They just seem to complain. Stick them in a crawl space in amongst very loud machinery. It's a perfect way not to have to listen to them. I'm going to give them a nice big hat thing. Children are for even easing your life. Why else would people have them? Okay, so who's this person? I imagine they're sort of Jowls. This is Jowlsmas. I gave them a shiny button. Kids like shiny things, right? Why is this person made out of melted butter? They're very old. They were so old they were refused work in the factory. I don't know, I'm just drawing someone. If anybody has any other ideas of characters we want to meet here, now's the time. While the symbol's here, we can't meet new important characters when the symbol's not there. It may have just gotten out of bed. Is this Avery? Maybe not. Until other people are forthcoming with ideas, I am forced to draw absolute nonsense. This is like, this can have like a nice pattern on it. So this, I imagine, is the person who's telling us all about this. The previous sort of leader of the town who was vetoed when the vote came through as to where people should, whether or not the town should take the offer. For everything here, did you want Grigori's Familiar to be a fish? Was that something you said? That's for your drawing. There was the puffer fish mentioned, wasn't there? Factory manager who's a 10-year-old child with the spirit of a jaded 40-year-old. I could do that. He's also on crutches. Character's familiar is obviously a doggo. Marvelous. You excuse me, gotta run away and eat fajitas. Marvelous. Have a grand old fajita fajitime. That sounds like a fahi time. Sounds like I'm saying something against terms of service. Charles Vanilli is a very nervous budgie. I like that. Like a toothpick in his mouth. So it's fun. Big Gabriel design fan. That was Dark's original idea. If you want to design a villain, go right ahead. Everyone else is. Even if by description alone. He may or may not be missing a finger. Bit. Bye. Alternate ending to A Christmas Carol when Tiny Tim, or Tinny Tim, inherited Scrooge's fortune and temperament. It's the quantity theory of humbug. If you get rid of one person's humbug, it will merely inhabit somebody else. Turns out Tiny Tim also had a deficit of growth hormones, and they're like 50 years old here. Maybe the budgie's also on crutches. The budgie is... Budgie's in a sling. Also has a toothpick. What? Who's destroying who? What? Frame Man? Oh yeah. Well, I'm just drawing a budgie with a sling. It's fine. No huge rush. Frame Man, what are you doing? 1.7% of the stream has vanished. Utterly vanished. What's the familiar of this person? I think no, Frame Man's back. You had to say something. Meanwhile, I will done now, Frame Man? Well, the last time you asked that, Tortoise. Sorry, I didn't see that in time for me to draw, having drawn some sort of aardvark. Maybe Don? Might be Don. I don't know their actual name. They're just the Frame Man. Yep, 2.7% of the stream now. Marvellous. It also has a hood thing. I like this, friends. So this is... And this is... And together they form... Yeah. I want to draw a scarecrow. I don't know why. I want this town to have a scarecrow. Every rural town should have its own scarecrow that it makes and employs to look after the fields. Very Wurzel Gummidge. Managed to get back. Hello. Yes, scarecrow. It's a scarecrow factory. I mean, maybe it's a, you know, maybe they're working on golems essentially. But what is a scarecrow but a straw golem? The child is Avery. Okay. Want to take a nap with Aardvark, friend? No. They want to take a nap too. Okay, so we have Avery. And, Don. Is this thing on? Hello! It is on, eventually. Took a while. So Avery and Don. Avery is the 10-year-old jaded manager of the factory. And then we also have one of these to be called Cecilia. I don't know why. Oh yeah, we might also be introduced to Christie's character here. Lady Gooseberry. I'm fine with Lady Cecilia Gooseberry. Lady Cecilia Gooseberry. It's strange because in this world, gooseberries aren't a thing. And Lucy Goosey. Cool. I'll do a two-sided thing. We'll have that because there's no need. The scarecrow would still be in the village because there's no need for a scarecrow in a. They don't have a lot of upper body strength. So, how draw? Okay, we need to design a funky scarecrow for this world. I'm fond of wide-brimmed hats. I don't want to just copy the one from October and Co. Let's have them very thin because they don't need muscle mass, do they? Wearing something with sort of big shoulder pads. M in disguise. The thing is, I designed that scarecrow character before I had M, and I was like, "Oh, that fits M." Do you get what their role is in the story, though? So I use that character whenever I need somebody in management to spout stereotypical management things that annoy me, because I wanted somebody to argue against. I wanted a straw man, basically. He said it because he absolutely believed it was M in disguise for too long. No. Too uncaring. We're gonna go the Wurzel Gummidge route, where his like head's a vegetable. Stuff. I was trying to read. Ooh. Scarecrow. You're designing the absolute aesthetic your brain lives for right now, tall and gangly. Well, it's mostly because I've drawn short and stocky, so I wanted a contrast, you know. Made from some old clothes. Parsnip head is it would be a big parsnip, yeah. Would that look good? Not quite what I'm looking for. I'm perfectly happy for there to be a parsnip scarecrow at some point in this thing, but I'm thinking like without mouth. That's probably a bit too wide. Yeah, so we still haven't really decided what's happening here yet. I guess we don't know what's happening here, we're just meeting characters. But do we have any ideas for what it would be nice to happen? There's almost a sentence in there. They call me the IKEA of streamers, because you need to construct your own sentence from the bits I provide. They're familiar. Could be a little parsnip with twigs for arms and legs, little handstone clothes made from scraps. No. It's a little... So, yes. There we go. This is insert vegetable pun. Turnip Townsend? I don't know. Jethro? How's it going with Jethro? I can spell it. There goes Jethro the Scarecrow. Or Beat Golem. What have you. And now, I guess also involved in this conversation is hay fever. We have Oh, come on. If you're going to make me want to sneeze, at least make me sneeze. No, that's gone. Okay, that one's gone. Chemicals from the textile dyes made Scarecrow come alive is what pops up in your head, because cute magical creatures just can't exist, apparently. Oh, I like the idea that just rural places, they just make their own scarecrows. You know, it's because someone to look after the fields while all the humans are asleep. Golems are really easy to make in this world. But you gotta look after them, just like you'd look after anything else. Can't just set them to work doing whatever you want. Insert metaphor with factory. Right, so I now have to attempt to translate the character here. Oh, okay, I kind of see what's going on. I know it's a work in progress, so hang on, there were early sketches, weren't there? For this character, just trying to get a heads up of how to draw, friend. I did save this, I don't know why I'm scrolling through. Oh, and there's the art folder as well, yeah. I found it now. I'm just, you know, I'm relatively well organised, and then I'm just not. I'm organised right up until it's actually useful to be. And like, you're organised and I'm not paying attention to it. I'm just bad. I'm just bad. I was just trying to work out, because I know the sort of the original brief obviously is this character is in a scooter and whatnot. I didn't know whether or not, because the arms are unfinished in the painting version, so I didn't know what was going on with those. Oh yeah, because there was a doodle here with sort of like absences of limbs. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have this arm going down here, so you don't see what's going on with it. Until Christy can clarify. Because his early sketch seems to have arm braces. Cool. Ah, there we are. Yes, she has braces, but does have arms. Okay, cool. So I've already scrolled away from. Hang on, let me just get the thing. I do have the folder. It's here. Actually use it. Right. References. Honestly. Okay, cool. So, right. Looking a little bit sort of Lola Bunny here. But... There's something here. Some sort of control mechanism. Again, I make no guarantee of accuracy for these things. I will attempt to draw your character as well as I ought. Or as well as I may, I should say. It's much better than yours already. Have you seen, like, you know, color and texture and, you know, facial, what's the word? Not facial pose. Expression, that's the word I'm looking for, not facial pose. Oh dear. Words. How do words? I don't know. Facial pose. Look. Also, you know, proportions of the vehicle as well. That's probably a useful thing. Get a direction for this would be nice. Yeah, not quite sure technologically how this fits in with the rest of the game. But then again, it's a fantasy game. What looks like metal or rubber may indeed just be some strange type of tree or fungus. Important. Here's the arm brace thingamabob, which I forgot about. That leg is far too long for that bike. Like, it probably makes sense, you know, if I was actually drawing a person. I don't know. Anatomy, not my strong point. You looked at a lot of Victorian disability products. Neat. Have you seen this sassy absolute bombshell with personality? I know, drawing... Who are you coming in here making a character with actual personality? That's not what this is for. We're here to make scarecrows and candles. You making compelling designs, honestly. The cheek of it. Brad has robotic arm, the girl has a scooter, also water-wheeled factories, trains, medieval times. If we start worrying about technological consistency now, we might as well give up on the story so far. That's fair. Hoverboard! Hoverboard. Look, I know you've been playing Final Fantasy XII with your hover tanks. Your medieval hover tanks. and whatever else has been introduced in the game. The last thing I saw in the game was Rogue Tomato, and I'm quite happy to leave it there, to be honest. That's a high point. Do you have braces on both legs? No? Just one? Or only one on the painting? Might be one on the sketch. No? Okay, cool. I've also got some cool designs going on here. Oh, that's a brace. Keep track of these things. So yeah, this should really be going forward. No, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm sure this character will be popping up again, where I'll have an opportunity to draw them in other things. Airships and cactuars with flower hair. The cacti are cute in that game. It's a shame they don't have cactuars apparently, or tonberries. But cute cactus is good. Beak chicken? I haven't seen beak chicken. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we've met some new people. Over halfway through the stream. That's what we've done so far. Did your character have a name? I should specify. Also a familiar. Oh, a dog. You wanted a dog, didn't you? Well, I can only draw one type of dog. So. Hang on, is there going to be like a... Draw Jive. Jive and Loaf, they're the only two dogs I can draw. Is there like a pouch in the back for the dog? Sounding a smidgen bitter? Oh, Tom Breeze, yeah. Final Fantasy sees dancing characters toy idea. In the boss fight you were meant to run from, but just beat them instead. Fair enough. You met Tombury and it flew away. I wasn't a Tombury. If somebody walked up to me in the street and said, "Hi, my name is Tiger," I wouldn't say, "I found a tiger today." Yeah, I don't know what sort of dog we want. How about one of these ones? How do you draw it? Good. It's getting worse. Bet you can guess what word I just looked up. Yeah, they're just, yeah. No, there we go. Yeah. I like that GIF. It failed. It's fine. It's not an intuitive system. I miss Mixer. Also, Rabbit Lady Butt. That was another thing that happened. Of course it did. Of course it did. Both all hair. Okay, so this is our mysterious new villain, who we will not learn the identity of until later. It won't even enter into the head of the player that these have anything to do with Grigori and the gang, because this character has much more style and competency. And hair. I mean, that said, Bran is also stylish, competent, and has good hair. But Bran is offset by the rest of them. Still can't believe the peak fashion in FF12 is jeans over corset. I mean, if I were to see somebody wearing something like that nowadays, I would, I would consider that fashion, in as much as I don't understand it. Hang on, here's foot guard, by which I mean it guards me from having to draw the foot. And only worn by the gents, as should be. It's recompense for reality. Bran is less cool because she associates with the others. She would be cooler. Like, if this character and Bran teamed up, it wouldn't be enough to be, single-handedly combat global warming with how cool they both are. But no, the company puts Bran with the with Wick and Grigori. Yeah. So this is happening. We've met people. Here's characters. Bran loves the team. It's a love-hate relationship. They love Bran. Bran hates them. No. Even though they bully them. I imagine there's a lot of banter. But yeah, so that happened. We met these characters, we're introduced to this conflict between rural heritage life and modern industrialization and identity and so on and so forth. Have you know Grigori went to a college? Marvelous. Did they kick him out? He wasn't meant to be there. He just went there. For what? Tax evasion? We have such high esteem of your character. I'm listening. Right, okay, I guess we should see what the next symbol is. Yeah? That's what this is all about. It's about the symbols. You love Grigori with all your heart, that's why you burn him. What do we got? We have... Okay, it's not one of those. Not one of those. Well, this is going to be interesting. Oh. Okay, that's unexpected. See, you can't see. The quality's too low. But I know what this is. Hopefully. I do know what this is. Why does this happen? Someone leaves our party. Who and why? Gil has a letter to deliver. This is taking too long. I will find the train piece. Someone's gonna leave. The symbol say, look, be happy is not death. You know exactly what kind of college Grigori went to. Well, there you go. So, what's happening here then? I like the idea that that smiling tomato emote is just zoomed in on the clown's nose. It's gonna pour sand into game. Oh, the shenanigans these characters get up to. So yeah, we need somebody to leave the main party. Presumably not Mo or Mo and Flo. I would guess it's Gil, right? It might be Brad. I don't know. The Gil leaves, or Brad also gets kidnapped. I do like the idea of just Brad being sort of stuffed into the back of that scooter and that character driving off. Brad's legs just waving. I don't know. Maybe it's worth seeing what the next symbol is to try and get some context for this. Christie's villain saw Loaf and was like, yes, I want more doggo. This doggo can live in my hair. I just have pictures of old English sheepdogs up on the on my computer at the moment. Next symbol, death. Gil's design is so good. Characters can always come back. We just have to wait for the symbol. I really liked Stoker. God knows when we're going to see him again. You know, these things happen. We've got to follow the symbols. But has Loaf on top of being good. I think it makes more sense for Gil to leave. But why now, and what purpose is in this story? Is it just simply he just gets, you know, we start getting embroiled in this whole factory system thing, and Gil's like, I need to find this part of the train so that I can deliver letters. I don't know what you two are doing. Also, bear in mind we can't turn this into a you know, and then the party splits and the Mo and Brad sort out the factory and Gil goes off and finds the thing. That there's a special symbol for that. This is just someone leaves. We will not be following their story. Yeah, Gil's probably just like, this is not part of the job, and straight up leaves. That feels right. Hopefully this means that we're going to get a new character to come in and replace it. This sort of thing happens a lot in old games. You know, a character just suddenly leaves and you're like, why did that happen? And then a new character comes along and you're like, ah, replacement, got it. Gil has arrived to their first stop and the train is still broken. It's like, we have left the forest that we believe this train part to be in. I will go back and find it. That makes sense. Had my bridge pause. I can't afford to get any more behind schedule. It feels a very Gil thing to do. Gil does not understand the quandary here. The humans chose to go into the building. Does not understand why this is an issue. So yeah, we're gonna. Just gonna have. Gil just goes walking off, playing the lute, trying to find this bit of the train, because that's why they followed us. Well, we were just on the train with them, to be honest. There, but for the grace of fungus. I'm sure we'll meet them again. Yellow has left the party. Jethro has joined the party. Well, fingers crossed. Killer's not here for shenanigans. Fitting music. Oh, sad. This piece of music's called A Little Place Called Home. Wait, loot. For some reason you thought they were holding a gun. No, it's a loot. They have a musical gun. Oh dear. Your brain is Tube's villain. You're so sorry. Didn't. Oh, Bran is Tube's villain. Yes. You're not connected to the name Bran. It's because I don't believe they were named in the initial introduction, so we came up with the name subsequent. We named Lenore. We did that pretty quickly. Unless we do the FF12 thing of Gil was just a guest. I hope not. I like them. I like their design. Okay, well, let's... Goodbye, Gil. Thank you for, playing cards. Is that all Gil did? They helped us punch a troll snail and then played cards. And then they left. What a character arc. I'm sure, I mean, you know, they're traveling the world delivering letters. I'm sure we'll meet them again. Also, now because we've met them as a character, we don't need a symbol to say that we've met up with them again. We can just say hi. We will need a symbol if we want them to rejoin the party. Maybe we'll meet them again in the Mushroom Forest Swamp. True, yes. Ow. Sorry, I just punched my desk. Yeah, true. Maybe. That's when we learn about the society of the shrooms. The Shroom Society. We live in a Shroom Society. Consider, don't punch your desk. Yes, but have you considered do punch desk? Meet him again in the Soul Swamp, capital S. What are you? Surviving Mars? Capitalizing things hither and thither? Right. Well, that happened. Presumably we've only got 3 more symbols to tell the story of what's happening here. Soul Swamp sounds rad. Stop making me say so many S's. Too many S's in a row. It's not, it's gorable. Gorable. You mean hither and thither. Hither and thither. Capital H, capital T. Right. I guess next symbol. If this is death, if this is another character leaves party. Do you know what? I don't think I set up a thing where I counted the number of leave party symbols compared to the number of join party symbols. We may get to a point where everyone has to leave the party. I don't know how that works. Probably not. I'm sure we can work something out. It's fine. No party. We just point the camera at a field for a bit. Okay, well, what's next? Not a fight. Not plot. No, it's probably a character thing. Or more mumbo jumbo. Not a character thing. Is there a symbol here? Oh. Oh, good. Yippee. More mystical mumbo jumbo happens. Right. Yep. I definitely accounted for that in the story of this place. That's not what these things are. That's not what the buttons are. Right. Any ideas? No party is just where you have to start the second disc of the game. It's fine. I mean, how long have we got until roughly a third of the way through? Got a bit. Third will be about there. I guess we're halfway through disc 1. We got a climax ready. Quite short locations. killing what was coming and got out of there. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, we need something mystical. Another portal. Or I don't know. Maybe it's like, maybe we have the first instance of a character pointing out Mo's unusual knowledge. Something that Mo should have absolutely no right of actually knowing. And characters are like, how do you know that? And Mo's like, I'm not sure. The whole factory gets teleported to another dimension. That'll be a twist, wouldn't it? You just get here and we're like, ah, we have this new building to explore. Pfft. Oh. There's a hole in the ground now. I mean, maybe. I don't know what the Zebos Corporation are up to. That might be an idea. It would get you thinking, wouldn't it? Mo's talking about how the factory affects people's bodies, and everyone's just like, how do you know what factories do? It's the first time you've seen a factory. So that's a kind of subtle mumbo-jumbo thing. But it's enough, I think. It would be enough. But again, we do have to resolve this entire location in 2 more symbols. So, if one of those symbols is plot, we're quids in. But, if it isn't, lots of sirens, whistles, earthquakes, people running from it, and then pff, sucked into a magical hole. And then Christie's villain just goes, well, I'm not needed here anymore, and then vroom, drives off. And Avery's just like, what happened? Have I lost my job? What's going on? I am tempted by the disappearing factory. I like setting up a mystery I have no idea how to solve. Maybe both. Why not both of these things? What happened? Did I lose my job? I can't lose my job. I have a family to support. I'm 10. Everyone else in my family is over 15. They're far too old and infirm to look after themselves now. And a very big angry nature spirit appears wagging their finger. Or like you hear like a, you know, scream in the distance. Just nature going, this is wrong. Left will be a massive chemical magical goop that, I don't know, is cool. Cool goop. I know the stuff. Are we going with disappearing factory? I'm perfectly happy to go with disappearing factory. It'll turn up later in the story, probably. That's for future us to worry about. We've got to fit that in at some point, but not now. Shrimp God made the factory disappear for funsies. Mo knew that, and everyone's just, huh? See, I would have thought it was like a Bezos thing. There's a Bezos. I keep saying Bezos. It's not Bezos. Obviously, that would be nasty to pinpoint things on a single person. You know, just you know, we're not vindictive like that. It's Zebos. So Zebos. Yeah, I would have thought it'd be something, whatever their sort of nefarious plan is, that it would be part of that. But at the same time, it could just be Shrimp God. Maybe Shrimp God is in league with Zebus. Maybe Shrimp God's the final boss. You usually end up fighting a god in these games. So. But the first half of the game, you think it's all just, you know, oh, we're fighting a conglomerate or something, some sort of business, Shinra, Zebos, etc. And then by about the halfway point, you realise, oh, hang on, no, there's a mystical figure behind it all. Turns out it's Shrimp. It was prawns all along. You played us for prawns. I mean, I don't hate that idea. Final boss area, just see a little shrimp scatter across the floor, and then boss music starts. 10 little shrimp turns into Shrimp God. I've seen worse designs for final bosses. Kind of a multi-phase you know, of the shrimp just getting more and more godlike. You just said it because it's funny. I'm sorry for making things make less sense somehow. Look, that's what the mystical, magical mumbo jumbo symbol is for. It's supposed to make things make less sense. It might get explained later, but for now, it's supposed to just be confusing. I quite like this. I quite like this idea that the factory just disappears and it's the shrimp god's doing. And that maybe the shrimp god is in league. Or maybe there's like, you know, there's a go-between. There's somebody working for the Xebos Corporation who is a follower of the shrimp god, etc. A vessel. Okay, well. Gonna have to design a shrimp god. I'm sure they have multiple forms if they're going to be the final boss, so go right ahead. Everyone design your own form. Okay, well. Also, we can make this a little bit stronger. Blip. Blip. Right click, are you going to work? No, sometimes right click just doesn't want to work. Oh, there it is. Nope, no, it stopped again. I like the idea that everyone's just gonna like, okay, we're gonna go in there and we're gonna have a word, we're gonna have a friendly chat. Also, the pen's not working. Pressure sensitivity's not working now. Great, fantastic. Oh, now I've got the wrong color up. What are you doing, Clip Studio? Frame Man, have you invaded my software? There's just this hole here now. There's the tree line. That's just sort of smoking. Quite happy for there to be sort of strange goop left behind. The characters investigate. It's like, what is this goop? And Mo goes, well, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's this exact thing. I've never seen this thing before. Nobody has, but it's this. I was quite pleased with that building. It looked very janky. Everyone design Shrimp God. Everyone can design a piece of Shrimp God. If it's going to be a classic JRPG villain, it's got to have just random bits stuck together. Now the factory is being repurposed to a land food factory. Looking forward to a factory just teleporting in at random time and location in the future. Christie's villain just as surprised by the factory disappearing as everyone else. I feel like she's not like she's privy to enough to know the general plan of what's happening, but this is not, she's not at that pay grade. She knew something was going to happen. She knew that she knew of a relocation of the factory. She didn't know precisely how. She thought probably more to do with moving people around and building more buildings somewhere else. No. James Fitson, your thoughts about your villain? Oh, maybe not. Okay. Shrimp God is an old god, recently awakened and trying to make the ultimate being. There's part of me that wants to say, like, oh, it's funny because it's, you don't expect a prawn to be, the ultimate villain. But, like, Final Fantasy V, the villain is, at one point in the story, a splinter. Literally a splinter in somebody's finger. So, why not? So what just happened? I mean, I knew it was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. All planned. Everybody have confidence in the company. See ya. Yeah, so quick sort of indicator that it was there. Now it's not. Everyone's here just like... I like the idea that, like, the cutscene is they're going, okay, what we're going to do? We're going to go into the thing. We're going to try and find the person who's in charge. We're going to, you know, ask these people, try and find a way to get these people to talk about their feelings in a private place so that they don't have to feel coerced into saying a particular thing. We're gonna campaign to make sure these people get proper medical attention and all that sort of stuff. And then, like, you know, while this is all happening, it's like triumphant music is building up in the background. It's like, okay, everybody, we're ready to go. Come on, let's go. And then poof, it just vanishes. Gonna get people to unionize. You said vaporize, right? No, unionize. Okay. Well, yeah. Ionize? No, unionize. Probably makes more sense if this was, you know, circular. Get in there. Yeah, close enough. Well, it's a bit more dramatic than the portal. Maybe this is where Mo reveals to Brad what happened with the portal. You know, it's like, have you ever seen anything that weird? The Mo, well, actually, just like about half an hour ago. I guess if there can be portals that people can speak through, there can be portals that buildings can travel through. Prauntals. Prauntals? I don't know. Well, that's the thing. So, that happened, yes. And now that that's happened, let's see what else has happened. The next thing that happens... Oh, okay. Next thing that happens is a boss fight. Sure. And now we fight something. You like Prauntals? Is Prawn God a shellfish god? Yes, very much so. Well, what happened? Mo, have you ever seen something like this? I mean, half an hour ago somebody talked to you through a portal, so maybe that's the same thing. Hang on, what? I like the idea that Brad's like, oh, okay, fair enough. Wait, what? Okay, right, well, boss. Bosses, anyone? Do we have to fight Avery? He's just like, what did you do? I don't know, what boss would there be? Ah, maybe. We have mystical magical goop just turned up. Let's fight a child. I love Brad, he absolutely not prepared for this adventure. He just wanted to bake bread. We gave him a help lifting some bread, and so he decided to help us try and get this medicine off this train. He did not sign up for everything else. We're going to have to lift so much bread when we get back in exchange for this. Goop monster, mystical magical mini boss. Can do. Okay, let me just... I'm glad it's just normal boss and not plot significant boss. We haven't had one of those yet. Cool. Okay, so goop monster. I want to do another perspective thing. I'm not quite sure how this works. Good boy. I don't know, do we want like the entire sort of... like there are various ways you could do this. You could go with the sort of ethereal sort of... We are fighting a big old floating ball of goop. Or you could go... What was that? Just a random bird or something. I like this idea. It's gonna need a bit of... I know vaguely what I'm going for. Found a lot of bosses in this world, particularly big ones. But at the very least, you know, Brad's here for this one. Mo doesn't have to do it all on her own. The one thing I do worry about with Mo is she seems a little bit sort of limited in terms of a character at the moment, because she's basically designed... her entire interaction with the story is, I help people and I know things because fate, essentially. And I'm trying to think of ways to sort of give her actual agency as a person. And, you know, helping people is a perfectly acceptable one, but... we risk running the cliche of, oh, we have a female protagonist. They just want to help people. Because they're kind. You know? I'm trying to come up with a pun for the word crustacean. The bust in your fluff brain. It's a terrible one. But is a collection of underwater gods referred to as a no, that doesn't work. I was going to say Chrysantheon. Doesn't quite. I thought it was for some reason I thought it'd be Crustacean, but that's not, that wouldn't work. It's a tough one, but you're certain there's a pun in there. You get the idea. By the way, characters can follow our party without being in our party, so if you want anybody to just sort of, you know, follow us, just in case, you know, just to serve story purposes, but really we're waiting for them to join at some point when the symbol arrives. You know, they could be heading our way without being in our party. Gil kind of was, to be honest. But I guess he did help us fight the trolls. So yeah, feel free, if you have an idea for a character you'd want to be in the party at some point, feel free to introduce them in a particular location and say, well, they want to follow along. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Purely a business arrangement, you understand. No adventuring going on here. Ha. He's got a little... little drones. Is this the Goliath? Haha! Wick. Wick joining the party would be very funny and also very illogical. All we have to do is convince Wick that we're going to cause more havoc than the current party is. Which, I mean, if our story is going to be one of anti-establishment, like, Wick might be up for that. Wick, want to start a rebellion? You like my goo ghosts? Ghosts. It's a pretty generic goop monster, but maybe there's like... still like random cogs sort of embedded in it. We literally brought down multiple bosses who have magical mishaps happen around us and are constantly losing people. I feel like it would be a simple explanation. Simple, convincing. Cogs with flowers and sharp pointies. Oh, I've drawn them now. Good point. Haha, good point. This is what I get for trying to take shortcuts. Shortcuts come back to bite me. I'm definitely leaning into big bosses in this, aren't I? I like the idea that that's a gimmick of our game. All the enemies are small and all the bosses are big. Well, there you go, there's a boss. It's a reasonable design. Or a not unreasonable one, anyway. I kind of want Jethro to accompany us, because, I mean, there's not much point of Jethro staying here because no one's looking after a farm, so, and somebody's got to try and work out where these people went. So maybe Jethro's like, if you're going to try and find out where these people are, because I've known a lot of them. I've been around here for like 200 years looking after these crops. Again, not necessarily in the party. They can't fight, they're sticks. They're 3 sticks in a waistcoat. I mean, I could have just said trench coat, that would have made sense. I don't know, maybe the last symbol is somebody joins the party, that would be serendipitous. So it's probably not, probably someone dies. Not get too into shading like I did on the video stream. Just get a basic gist of it. Yeah, goo monster. Have you not heard that sticks and stones can break bones? Maybe this is something they need to learn. Their entire identity is to protect. So to attack. That's not on. They must learn that sometimes the best way to protect is to attack. Passivity will only passivity will only engender passivity. Thanks, Brain. That was a great saying. This is going to go down in history as one of the things that was said. There you go. Okay, cool. Should we look at the last symbol, or should we leave that as a surprise for next week? Not going to shade it that much. I mean, again, compared to the drawings I've done for the new video. Last symbol? We can learn the last symbol and we can maybe think about it over the... maybe it's something quick. Maybe it's something long. Maybe it's plot. Okay, it's not a boss. That's something. It's not plot. Character thing? Welcome aboard, Jethro! We're glad to have you here. Oh, I'm so happy. Well, we lost a mushroom, we gained a scarecrow. That could not have gone better. I promise you, I do not know what these symbols are. I did not fix this. Other people can join if you want. If anyone wants, like, Avery or whatever. Or what was her name? Cecilia Gooseberry. Maybe the whole group can come along. I don't know. But these are the people we met. I definitely want Jethro to join. Gil can come back. Gil can rejoin. Couldn't find the thing. I have no issues with this. I feel like Jethro and Gil would be like kind of bickery. Because Jethro's been around people for ages, and Jethro and Gil, they're now a bridge team. So Jethro's sort of, you know, cottoned on to human ways of thinking, and he's trying to, or they're trying to get Gil to understand things and stuff. I don't know, maybe. Or they might just play cards. Who knows? Okay, well, I'm happy for Gil to come back. I'm very happy for Jethro to join. Guess we're trying to socialize Gil through the game of bridge. Yes, I must understand your way of communicating. I like the idea that Gil doesn't say anything, and Jethro just assumes that Gil's mute. It's like, okay, so this creature communicates through cards. Interesting. I'm fine for comedic effect. I'm so happy that's symbol turned up. Jethro could talk. Maybe not. Maybe that. Yeah. Maybe that's why they assume. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they've got sign language or something. It's interesting. Yeah, and so they think, I have sign language. This person communicates through cards. Interesting. I will learn this language. And then they just end up learning the game of bridge, not realizing that nothing's actually being communicated. Oh, bless him. I like Jethro. I'm fine for Jethro to be mute. Why not? Oh no, a tall, lanky mute character. I've never never come up with one of those before. Okay, fair enough. Well, we've designed a new character. Gil's back, Jethro's back, or Jethro's joined. I'm fine with the party of 4. If anyone desperately wants Avery or Cecilia to join, I imagine the villain won't. You knew it was him in disguise. Oh, you were right. I didn't even know. And you were right. Oh, no. Well, there we go. I think we ended on a high point. Yeah. I'm glad we did that now. Thank you, Chibi, for saying we should do the last symbol. Yeah. Well, expect fan art of Jethro. I like Jethro. Don't ask how she's managed to fit all her hair in there. It's fantasy world, it's fine. You know what? I have a habit of crowbarring the outliers into everything I do, somehow. They should turn up at some point, right? I'm not sure where. They'll be running a pub or something. Running an inn. Oh, that's what they're doing in Avonvale. The Inlier. I think that's what it was called. They'll turn up at some point. So much gasping. Please exhale. Please exhale. You're going to need to exhale at some point. Well, there you go. You refuse. Wow. I'm not liable for any consequences of this. Yeah. So that's a thing. I want to write a theme tune for Jethro now. Nice little folky piece. Saving it for a future exasperated son. Oh, wonderful. They're in Magma City. Stoics just swimming in the magma. Yeah, they're all quest-giving NPCs in different locations. Well, there we go. That was the stream. That was... This story's going places. No idea where, but places. I'm gonna assume again that the next location is gonna be hostile and new. So we're not gonna go back through the forest again. Or if we do, we're gonna do it off story. So yeah, get some ideas for that. It might be a new friendly place. It might be somewhere we've been before. Who knows? But my assumption is gonna be that it's a new hostile location. So get your ideas ready for next week. Draw your own scarecrows. If every rural place has its own scarecrow, I'm sure you can design your own as well. Or if it's in Mushroom Forest, vibing with shroom people. I feel like the words Rufus and vibing don't really go together. Worrying goes well with Rufus. M's out in a field somewhere. Probably. M would vibe with shroom people. God knows what Malachi's doing. Wreaking havoc. He's inexplicably using, you know, he hangs out around the candle works a lot. No idea why. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad people are having a bit of fun. Yeah. I like how sad we got that Gil was leaving. And they're just back now. Now Creative Wick. I mean, I'm not going to say didn't. We walking or trading? We watting or watting? Hooting or howding? Malachi's playing with matches. Oh, don't give Malachi matches. Far too much fun to be had. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for coming along. Tomorrow, blah 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 blah, and then you press this button and whoosh like that. Brilliant. Alcohol matches and a murder candle. It's alcohol matches and 2 smoking candles. Yeah, tomorrow we do more Mars. I don't know what's happening on Mars. I'm trying not to kill people. And maybe we'll try to work out what this crystal's doing. Yeah, I don't know how long this... I'm going to be playing that game on stream for. I don't know how entertaining it's going to be. But we'll see. Yeah, the last stream was mostly just me going, how efficient can I be so that I don't kill people? And I don't know how fun that is. No wonder Rufus is having palpitations. Rufus constantly has palpitations around malpitations, if you will. Yeah, this was a more successful stream than Sunday. I feel happier now. Speaking of Sunday, this is something I was supposed to say on Sunday. This Sunday, I will be doing bonus stream. from 1 till 5, in addition to the 7 till 9, as is typical, because 'tis my birthday, and I want to do something. So I'm going to play a game. I'm going to play a randomizer of a game that I've been playing quite a bit. So yeah, Borf indeed. I've already received a little card and a little present from Kiro, which is very kind. I got a little pin. Got a little Eileen the Crow pin. It's very cute. I shall have to post a picture of it. It was very thoughtful. But yeah, I don't usually do birthday stuff. Kiro is very sweet. Yes, and the card has a little sloth on it, which is absolutely up my alley. But yes. What was I saying? Yeah, don't really do birthday stuff very much. It's not really something I celebrate too much. But if it's an excuse to do more streams, I'll do it. So, forgot about Borf. No one needs to do nothing for Borf. It's fine. I'm going to be doing something for Borf, and that is I'm going to be playing a game from 1 till 5. And then we're going to do normal creative stream, 7 till 9. Too late. No, it's about 5 days early. But you know, well done for trying. So, yeah, there's that. That's the thing. What else? What else is there to say? Chaos Chess is coming along alright. Multiplayer's kind of up and running. So long as I need to work out why Max can't connect. They can't set up their own game. They can connect to other people's games, so they can't set up their own, which is not ideal. But I'm going to need people to help me test that at some point. Probably going to make it off stream. Probably going to make it pay what you want when I eventually release it. But it's an all-day crispy. Well, afternoon. 1 till 5. It's got 4 hours of stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to claim it's going to be the most entertaining of streams, but it'll be something. Yeah. Until then, Wednesday, Mars. Saturday, Mars. Sunday, not Mars. That's as good as all day. Now that'll be Friday for patrons. We'll be doing the full rendered versions of the things that we drew last Friday. So yeah, that'll be from about 9 o'clock till 5. Give or take lunch. So probably take. Yeah, I'm probably not going to give lunch. That'll be a bit weird. Don't know how I'd do that. Can you email lunch? So much crispy. I like doing things. Streaming to the Discord it gets me to do stuff. Not get distracted. Don't think you can. Oh dear. I'll go back to the old way of doing it by fax. So yeah, my voice went weird there. I need to stop talking. Thank you very, 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 very much for coming along and coming up with silly ideas for this story. Absolutely on page. What's the word I'm looking for? On side. I enjoy it. That's what I'm trying to say. I agree. I support these endeavors. Thank you very, very, very much, Doodles. You're welcome. Shrimp God, yes. Shrimp God is a thing now. May possibly be the thing. Also, thank you very, very, very much for Doodles. Got it. Phone touch. Oh, touch. It's not even touch screen. It's phone touch screen. Oh God. How do you even? Can't believe you spoke it into existence. That's it. That's this entire thing. Speaking something into existence. I spake Jethro. It is now in our party. You spake Shrimp God. It is now the final boss. I can't remember who originally spake Disappearing Factory. Was that Christy? I can't remember. I think it was Christine, yeah. There we go. Everyone spake. Quick. I'm sure it sounds like saying quick. Quick. It's trying to speak Wick into joining our party into existence. It may happen sporadically, who knows? In the middle of a boss fight. They'll just change sides. Why am I fighting with these guys? I need to shut up. Thank you for coming along. Kidnap the candle. Have a wonderful time, everyone. Have a great week. Enjoy yourselves. Look after yourselves. And I'll see you around. I'll leave you with the soothing sounds of Mr. Von Ziegler. So yeah, have a grand time. Thanks and goodbye.